It's been about 15 years since Werder Bremen last played in the UEFA Champions League, and about 20 years since they bagged their last Bundesliga title in the 2003-04 season, finishing on 75 points ahead of the likes of Bayern Munich, Schalke, Stuttgart, and so on and so forth. So today, it is going to be Rebuild Sombrero's task to bring Werder Bremen back to the top of not only the Bundesliga, but European football. However, in this rebuild, there is one rule we need to apply and follow strictly. That we can only buy German players. That is the only rule of this rebuild with Werder Bremen. So yeah, we can buy anyone we like, of course, within the budget of Werder Bremen. But they all have to be German players. Now, looking at this squad, I can certainly tell you that I don't really appreciate the formation. A player like Agu is already out of position. He's actually a left back. We are playing a quite weird formation, I have to say. Like a 3-2-4-1. And that might change during the course of this rebuild. But what I can certainly already tell you is that we have some proper ballers here. Like Ninjma, who is only 23, 73 rated. And also Top, who is only 20, KK Top, 20 years old, 68 rated. Dukji is the starting striker, the highest rated player in this team, 77 rated, but he's already 30. We also have one player on loan to us, which is a German player, Derek Köhn, a left back. Right now we are playing without left backs with the 3 at the back formation. But that might change very shortly. I've also decided to go with the counter-attacking tactical vision. Nearly didn't get the words out of my mouth there. Counter-attack it is, with also hiring, of course, a few coaches along the way. What I have decided to do is go for this 4-2-3-1 formation. Dukj up top, Schmid in the cam spot, Grüll on the left midfield. Agu is right now the right midfielder, but we might change that. Weiser on right back in his preferred position, but that is already looking much better. Jung and Friedel at centre back with Cetra in between the sticks. We have round about 15 million after signing a few coaches and extending a few contracts. We have spent 3 million. 15 million it is for season number 1. What I'm also keen on doing is hiring a youth academy scout, a youth staff scout, who will look for defenders of any sort during the next 9 months. Hopefully he can bring us a few babies in town. And so as expected, we go in for a man who was already at the club. You guys guessed it. Our first signing at Werder Bremen, Derek Köhn from Galatasaray for 8 million, the left back. This has also nearly wiped out our entire budget. We are only down to 6 million. So if we don't sell a few players, we can't do anything anymore. At least not a lot. We can actually make our first proper signing here of a man who wasn't at our club. Going in for an 18-year-old, an exciting prospect from RB Leipzig. He can play at cam, on the right, on the left. A squad player, very good one. Hassan Ouedraogo for 3.5 million. We've then gone on and made a big clear-out happen. Naby Keita, in real life he's left Werder Bremen. Here he's left them for Lille for 3.3 million. Oliver Burke goes to Sheffield. Anthony Jung goes to Genoa for 2.3 million. Abdenego Nankishi, I am sorry if I butchered this name, goes to, I believe this is Saudi Arabia. Milos Velkovic, a starting player, goes for 3 million to Augsburg. Oliver Deman to Wolfsburg. And then we've also loaned out Hassan Ouedraogo, who we just bought, to Brentford to get him the game time he deserves, alongside a few others, including KK Top, to Luton Town. This clear out also means we have 18 million for one final transfer in Season 1. And so for our final signing of Season 1, we're going for a new right midfielder from VfB Stuttgart. He's quite a talent. He's only 23 years of age and already 75 rated. It is Jamie Leveling joining the club for 10.2 million from Stuttgart. A big man for present and future. This is how we are going into our first Bundesliga season. The main change we've made is Leveling going into that right midfield spot at 23 years of age, 75 rated. We have quite a balanced team actually in terms of ratings going into that Bundesliga season. Between 74 and 78, the highest rated player is now Weiser at that 78. The lowest rated in the starting 11 is Pieper. I've already found a whole list of youth academy players. Some of them are 17. The 17-year-olds are going to the first team right away. 2 left backs, a centre back, and also a left midfielder. Which means that we can give the scout the next opportunity to go in for, this time, more offensive players like wingers and even a striker. So once again, a glitch has happened here. I've hired a new 5-star scout, but he doesn't bring us any players, even though he has a report. It's just nullified. Absolutely nothing. Brilliant. Actually, we finished in 10th place in the first season with Werder Bremen. Exactly where they are sit right now in real life. On 45 points, 12 wins, 9 draws, 13 losses. Smack bang mid-table with Bayern being the clear runaway champions ahead of Dortmund. And 17 points already ahead of Stuttgart. Leverkusen had an off-season in 5th. Leverkusen win the DFB Pokal over Mainz in the final, so at least they win something. We have been defeated by our arch rivals Hamburg in round 3. That is not a good look. What we have done though is Justin Ninjma with 16 goals. He's our top scorer at 24 years of age. We might have our striker already here. 10 goals for leveling, 12 for Grüll, who is 26. Stage with 4 goals, but those 3 have delivered our front 3 here. In terms of improvements, I can tell you that some players have really shot up, leveling up to a 78. We have Cetra 77, Köhn 77, Lienen up to a 78, Schmid up to a 78. Still, the players are very close together, even closer than at the beginning. The lowest rated one is now 76 in Stage. The highest rated one is Schmid, and alongside leveling and Weiss at 78. I'd say we've done a good job only buying German players. Finishing in 10th spot is okay. Round 3 of the DFB Pokal is fine, I'd say, apart from getting knocked out by Hamburg. But yeah, let's jump into Season 2 in hope of some improvements. In Season 2 we have around 20 million, and so our first signing goes into a player whose contract is expiring. He's got quite a high potential. Coming in from FC Köln, striking a deal with the Billy Goats for Eric Martel. 4 million only cost us, plus Jens Stage, who wasn't really developing anymore. We've had yet another big clear out. Leonardo Bittencourt goes to Ipswich Town. Dikeni Salifu goes to Austin, Texas. Julian Malatini joins Bochum. Leono Pitts joins Jagiellonia. And then we've loaned out all the youth academy players, Peters, Ludwig Bauer and Ratman, to give them some much-needed game time. Our second and final signing of season number 2 will definitely strengthen our backline. A 24-year-old player, 78 overall. The man we needed at the back. Having played for Inter Milan, coming in for 20.5 million, it was only a sporadic player at Inter. It is Jan Aurel Bisek joining Werder Bremen. Bisek makes the centre-back spot his own, a man who will probably be there when we lift the Champions League. But still, the team is very, very much leveled out. We don't have players who are low-rated in the starting 11. Martel is now there, of course, 23.76, and Bisek. 2 players that will subsequently, unbelievably improve this team in the long run. Leveling also still there from last season. I expect a lot from those guys, Schmid, even Grüll and Köhn. I am expecting a lot of these guys. Ninma, or whatever you call him, goes into the starting spot. Duksch now the backup. Season 2 is over and we've had a massive success qualifying for European football for season number 3. In 6th place, 15 wins, 12 draws, 7 losses. Great job, lads. Leverkusen win the DFB Pokal over Leipzig. Here we've actually made it to the quarter-finals before getting knocked out on penalties by Dortmund. Very good as well here. We are looking at 19 goals by Ninma, who has gone up to an 81. 17 for leveling, 14 for Grüll, and even 7 for Köhn, the left back. But the front 3 have really delivered once again. The team after 2 seasons is looking very good because Ninja is already called up for the German national team. We have Alvero, though, at CDM. What has happened there? Did somebody have a release clause here? That could happen, but, I mean, yeah. Who has actually left the club? That is the big question. It has effectively been Zene Lienen, who must have had a release clause. 12.2 million has gone to Benfica, so we need to fix that up in season number 3. And so even though we've lost a man in center midfield, we've still finished in 6th place, which is even higher to be counted on this team. Quarterfinals of the Cup is great as well. I'm really excited to take this team forward into Season 3, into European football. Our first signing of this 3rd season is going to be for a new right back, a 29-year-old, the best German right back on the market right now. It is the former Leipzig defender Benjamin Henrichs joining us from Athletic Club for 31 million. I've just gone on and signed as a second player a new shot stopper, replacing Cetera. Cetera wasn't really involved in this deal, but I've still got a swap deal for the new goalkeeper. Signing the 24-year-old Noah Atubolu from SC Freiburg in a straight swap deal for Mitchell Weiser. We've sold a couple of players. Isaac Hansen-Aroen goes to Utrecht for 2.4 million. Marcus Kolke joins Birmingham. Michael Cetera goes to Freiburg for 12.3 million to replace, of course, Noah Atubolu. And then Marvin Duksch goes to Mainz for 7.5 million. Bringing us back up to 31 million to go in for one final player. And it is quite certain that we need a new CDM. Alvaro might be a good backup, but not a good starter. All the other positions for now are fine. We've put in Henrich, he's 82 rated, the highest rated in the squad. Atubolu in net, he's only 24 and already 77 rated. A very good man for President Future, better of course than Cetera. So a new CDM is now needed. We've just gone to VfB Stuttgart to complete our transfer window. Going in for a new CDM, a German national team player, 81 rated, by the name of Angelo Stiller, joining us here at Werder Bremen for 22 million. Which means, of course, that Alvaro is now a bench player. Stiller is the highest rated midfielder and an 81 overall. Also the second highest alongside Ninma in the whole squad. And I really expect for the first season, I've looked it up, we are in the Europa League, the 3rd actually, but the first one in European competitions. A 25-year-old striker, 26-year-old cam, 25 and 24-year-old midfielders. We have still a lot of room to grow. Leveling is 80 rated at 25. Only Henrich is now a little bit older. Bisek still in a very good age. So the end of Season 3 and we are getting better and better. 5th place already, 61 points. Just 5 points of Bayern Munich and 10 points of the league title of Borussia Dortmund. Leverkusen win the DFB Pokal to prevent Dortmund of doing the double. We've been knocked out in round 3 by Mainz. Let's have a look at the European competitions where Man City win the Champions League on a penalty shootout over Real Madrid. We've been in the Europa League where we finished in 20th place in the league phase, went to a playoff where we lost to Copenhagen already in the playoff round. That's not great. In the end, it is Man United winning the Europa League over Porto. And finally, the Conference League in a bit of an upset goes to Shakhtar Donetsk from the Ukraine over Newcastle. We are looking at 25 goals by Marco Grüll, who has been the top scorer unexpectedly. He's really stepped up. And then we have 22 for 84 rated Ninma, 12 for Leveling, 10 and 7 for Schmid. Not bad, those stats. We are going into Season 4 probably once again in the Europa League, but we've had a better finish this season, 5th. Hopefully we can further improve the team to even finish and attack the top 4 next season. Everything could turn to good this season in Season 4 as we finally had a stroke of luck finding a 20-year-old free agent German centre-back on the list as Friedel has just submitted a transfer request. That is the perfect timing. We have signed Lias Hermann, 81 rated at the age of 20, to Werder Bremen. The next man we bring into the club is a new cam, 23-year-old, 81 rated from Brighton. His contract was expiring. He's a wonder kid on FC25, and that's why, because after 3 seasons or 4, he's already 81 rated. Coming in for 5 million plus Schmid, the starting cam until this moment in time, for Brahan Gruda. With Hermann coming into the side 2081, he's really strengthened that back line. Gruda strengthens the cam spot. He's 1 higher rated and 4 years younger than Schmid. Martel and Stiller still holding down the CDM spots. Grüll is the left midfielder. He's the next natural guy to get replaced But yeah, we are going to see what we will do there. We've then gone on and sold a few players as well. Marco Friedel, the big one, goes to Frankfurt for nearly 15 million. Fabian Bauer goes to Bodrum in Turkey for 1.1. And Ronny Ludwig to Salzburg for 5. Those two have been youth academy players who didn't really amount to anything special, so we've let them go. Meaning that we have an amount of 64 million to go in for one final player once again, and I have one position in mind. I've just made our first statement signing of this rebuild with Werder Bremen, bringing in the best player we could get for the left midfield spot. I know our player there scored a lot of goals last season, but he's getting old. That's why I've decided to swap him out for the big man that is Karim Adeyemi, plus 50 million. 50 million plus Marco Grüll, I shall say, coming in to Werder Bremen. With the arrival of Adeyemi, Gruda, as well as Hermann, I expect a lot of things this season. I've checked it up. We are once again in the Europa League. No player apart from Atubolu is now below the overall of 80, so that's when the expectation kicks in this rebuild. I want us to qualify, at least have a shot of qualifying for Champions League season. Once again in 5th place, only 2 points of Leipzig, 20 points though this time of a nearly undefeated Leverkusen, who have made 83 points, only losing 1 game. But we are once again in 5th spot. A spectacular DFB Pokal final goes to Dortmund over Bayern on penalties. We've been knocked out by Holstein Kiel in round 2, not good. The Champions League, a quite surprising finalist in Lille, losing out to Chelsea. We finished in the 4th position in the UEFA Europa League phase, went straight to the round of 16 where we absolutely smashed Galatasaray 6-2. We then went on, where are we? To win on penalties against Real Sociedad, but then lost out just about against Liverpool, 3-1 on aggregate. In the end, it is Bayern defeating Liverpool to win the Europa League, a star-studded one at that. And finally, the Conference League goes to the Netherlands. AZ Alkmaar win that over Nice. We are looking at 29 goals by our new signing Adeyemi, 27 for Ninma, who is now 87 rated, Gruda with 18 goals, 10 assists, and even 9 and 10 for Leveling. I'd say we've had quite a good season, but we still cannot break into the top 4. Maybe, and hopefully, in Season 5, that can change. Our first signing of season number 5 is going to be a new goalkeeper. To the surprise of some, but I found an exciting prospect at the age of 20 who is already higher rated than Atubolu, by the name of Tony Jung, joining us from Wolfsburg for 37 million, a German goalkeeper. The second and final signing we make in season number 5 is going to be for a rotational winger, because we didn't have real big options over there. Now we go in for an 80 rated player whose contract was expiring, by the name of Jan-Niklas Beste, joining us from Benfica for 19 million. We've not only strengthened our first team with the addition of Jung, who is only 20 and already 82, but also the bench with Jan-Niklas Beste, who is much better, 10 higher rated than Peters, who was there until this moment in time. We now have 3 keepers. We might sell or loan out one of the 2, Atubolu or Backhaus. But this is the team we are going into Season 5 with. Another Europa League campaign. A better looking team, especially because of Jung, who has still a lot of room to grow. We have gone on and sold Mio Backhaus to Wolfsburg, who have a goalkeeper again after selling Jung to us. For 14 million he goes to the Wölfe. And we finished the season in 6th place. So we have fallen off from 5th to 6th. Only 7 points behind 2nd though. But Leverkusen once again on a tear, only losing 1 game all season long. 87 points for them. We are on 65. The maximum we've been away, I think, since we've taken over this challenge. In 6th place, so Europa Conference League football it will be. Once again, it's a disappointment, I have to say. The DFB Pokal goes to Dortmund over Leipzig. Here we've been defeated by Leverkusen in round 3. I mean, yeah, to come up against Leverkusen in round 3 is unlucky. Back-to-back Champions Leagues for Chelsea, winning, defeating Man City in the final. We've once again been in the Europa League, where we finished in 2nd place in the league phase, which is great. Went straight to the round of 16. Where are we? We defeated Rangers. We ran riot with them. We then faced RB Salzburg and won against them as well. We even defeated Arsenal, that's getting good. To face Spurs, Spurs cannot win a trophy, and that shows here again. We win the Europa League, our first trophy of this rebuild, and also we will be the Champions League in Season 6. Great achievement, lads. Looking at the stats, once again Adeyemi is running riot here. 35 goals and 20 assists, so 55 contributions in 54 games. He's an absolute superstar. 38 contributions for Ninma, up to an 89 as well. 31 for Gruda. I mean, our team is coming together nicely and is already quite shaping up to be a UCL team. Certain positions still certainly need a little bit of fine-adjusting, of tuning. Even though we only finished 6th in the league, we've won the Europa League, so I can also understand why we've done a little bit poorly in the Bundesliga. Champions League football in Season 6. I can't wait. For our first season in the Champions League, we bring in a new left back. Köhn has served this purpose, but he's now 31, although 82, 83 rated. But this guy here is about 7 years younger. He's got the same overall actually as Köhn, but he's of course younger. It is Tom Rothe coming in from Union Berlin for 4.6 million plus Köhn. I also bring in a new squad player for the midfield, a replacement if anything happens to Martel or our other CDM. I can't remember his name, I'm gonna be honest. It is going to be Maxim Ziegler coming in from Crystal Palace, a wonder kid, only 20 years old, 78 rated already. Ziegler is going to take the place of Alvero on the bench, who I might just sell. But of course Stiller was the guy I meant. Of course Ziegler cannot get past one of those guys. But he's still converting to a CDM. Will take him some time, but oh well. Henrich is the next natural one to get replaced, but I didn't find anyone even close to the 84 overall to Henrich. Rothe is now the new left back. He's only 24, so still a lot of room to grow. Otherwise, this team is looking absolutely bonkers going into that first Champions League season. Ninma also only 28 right now. We have just managed to sell Skelly Alvero to Heidenheim for 6 million and Sebastian Radmann for 4.3 to Nijmegen, the former youth academy player. Both of those didn't cut it anymore. Halfway point of Season 6, we are sitting in second place in a title race, only 1 point of RB Leipzig. Leverkusen have already lost more games this season than the entire 2 last seasons, which is incredible. Bayern also still knocking around. In the Champions League, though, we finished behind Bayern Munich just about on 14 points in 14th position. 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Not a bad start, I would say, ahead of the likes of Liverpool, Chelsea, Leverkusen and even Barcelona. In the playoff round, though, we will face Chelsea, first away from home, at the Bridge. Now, in that playoff round, first leg, away from home, we have 2 players in their 90s, Herman and Adeyemi. Will we stand a chance against the Chelsea? Let's see and find out. We win 3-2 actually away from home. Adeyemi, Ninma and Beste with our goals. What a win. Can we confirm our spot with a third player in his 90s in Ninma as well? At our Weser Stadion, at home, against Chelsea. It's a 3-1 loss, so we are out. We have been knocked out by Chelsea. Courtesy at second half brace of Nkunku and Jackson within 6 minutes. Adeyemi also missed a pen. So everything went wrong in this game. We are out in the playoff round of the Champions League. On the flip side, we've actually done it. In the Bundesliga, we are the champions after 34 games. 80 points, 5 out of Leipzig and 15 out of Leverkusen. What a season. 25 wins, 5 draws, 4 losses, 68 goals scored. Wow. We've even done the double, defeating Leipzig in the DFB Pokal final 2-1. What an incredible season we've had. In the end, PSG go on to defeat Real Madrid to lift the Champions League. Europa League goes to Arsenal over Roma. And the Conference League, finally Spurs win a trophy over Rapid from Austria. Ninma with 36 goals, he's up to a 90 overall. 19 and 13 for Adeyemi, a bit less than last season, still fantastic. Gruda up to an 89. We have leveling even up to an 89. A fantastic front four, you shall say. Well, first place in the Bundesliga, first place in the Cup, a double season, but in the Champions League still a leg. In playoff round we were eliminated there. So in Season 7 there is only one task, to rebuild, to finish off actually the rebuild. Once again this season, I can only work on squad depth. I will look for a new right back, who can replace Henrich in the long run. I've only found this guy. He's only 77 rated, but he's also only 20 years old. His name is Leo Werner, coming in from Eintracht Frankfurt for 15 million. Just to further strengthen the squad, we've also gone in for a new backup striker in his 80s, nearly mid-80s. He's 29, playing for Aston Villa. He used to play in the Bundesliga for Mainz, now he's coming back. It is Jonathan Burkhardt coming in on a 3-year deal from Villa for 40 million. Of course, with signing Burkhardt, who is 83 rated at the age of 30 now, we had to sell Keke-Top, who is of course 78 only and 26, going to Sheffield United for 19.3 million. And so this is our squad, most of the players on international duty right now, going into the second Champions League season. I'm a bit worried with Rothe, who doesn't really grow that much. Andres is now 85 rated, but he's also already 33. Jung is 85 rated, which is fine. Bester on the bench, 81. Atubolu, I mean, the bench is looking very good. Ziegler up to an 81. Wedraogo up to a 78. Werner also goes on to that bench because Agu will certainly much older. He's 30 already. Werner is only halfway point of season 7, and we finish in top spot in the UEFA Champions League phase, which is crazy good. 6 wins, 2 draws, 0 losses, 20 points ahead of Lille. Wow. We are right now in 4th position in the Bundesliga, 8 points behind Dortmund, which is a lot, but Dortmund are currently on an invincible season, so it is always going to be difficult to become back-to-back champions, but we are 10 points ahead of Bayern in 5th, which is crazily enough. We've also won the Super Cup over Leipzig, which is another title, another trophy in the trophy cabinet, number 4, I think, of this rebuild. In the round of 16, we are paired up with the Spanish outfit Villarreal, the Yellow Submarines, first away from home at the Estadio de la Ceramica. Can we get a first result? It's a 1-1 draw. Gruda with our goal, Diakite scores for them. We go back all level to the second leg in Bremen. Here we are then, Weserstadion, second leg with the support of the home fans. Can we get through? Yes, 3-1 win. Ninma with a brace and Bisek certainly a headed goal. 4-2 on aggregate, we go through to the quarterfinals. In the quarterfinals, it's a whole different story, a whole different dimension of opponent we have to face. Manchester City coming to visit us at the Weserstadion. And we come away actually with a 1-1 draw from Manchester City game. At home, leveling with the opener, Haaland with a very late goal to share the spoils in Bremen. The question is, will that 1-1 draw be enough to build on, to make it to the semi-finals? Enough of a cushion going into the city of Manchester Stadium? Yes! Bisek with the only goal of the game in the 112th minute puts us through. 2-1 on aggregate. Werder Bremen go to the Champions League semi-final for the first time in history. In the semi-finals, we are actually facing an underdog. Club Brugge it is. Semi-final time and Club Brugge still in there. Bremen against Club Brugge. Imagine that as a Champions League semi-final in real life. You'd laugh your ass off, but right now, this is where we are at. At home, the first leg. And it's a 3-0 demolition job of Club Brugge by Werder Bremen. Nima with a second half brace, as well as Starboy Adeyemi with the opener. 3-0 going into the second leg in Belgium. We are already as good as through to the final. However, now in Bruges, in Belgium, we will go to the second leg. 3-0 in our bags. It's another 2-0 win. Club Brugge bow out in the semi-finals. A sensational run to the semis for them. But we win, we demolished them in the semis. 5-0, Bester even came on, and Ninma with the goals. It will effectively be an all-German affair in the Champions League final this season, though Borussia Dortmund facing off with Werder Bremen for the big crown. At the end of the season, we just come short to Borussia Dortmund. Two points we fall short to them, to our rivals, our opponents in the Champions League final. 2 ahead of Leipzig, but Dortmund only lose 1 game all season long. That's the reason why they have been champions. They've also won the DFB Pokal, defeating Bayern so they could make it a treble this season. Wow. Looking at the other European competitions, Napoli win the Europa League over Spurs. And the Conference League, a wacky final, goes to Lech Poznan from Poland. A big trophy for them over Braga. 23 goals by Leveling, 10 assists, 23 by Ninma. I mean, the goals have been really, really well shared here in our front four. Adeyemi with 19, Gruda with 21. Adeyemi, I would have hoped a little bit more after his groundbreaking season like 2 years ago. An all-German affair in an all-German rebuild. We have built a team full of Germans. The whole squad is filled out with Germans, and now it is time to show off, to face off with Borussia Dortmund at the Estadio Metropolitano in Madrid for all the glory in the Champions League. They've got Victor Gyökeres up top. What a team here. Mendes on the left back, but Leveling is now going forward. Jamie Leveling, still Leveling. Can he bring the ball inside to Ninma? It's blocked off by the defenders. Do well, very well defensively, and now we could go on a counter as Gruda finds Adeyemi against his former club. This is Karim Adeyemi. Gobel with a good save. A great ball into Adeyemi now. What a ball. What a run by Adeyemi, who gets blocked in the last second by a Dortmund defender. This is Henrichs. We are playing better, I would say, against the team that could do the treble this season. Let's not forget that as Rothe goes. Rothe goes for Gruda. This is Gruda, and that's a penalty. It is a penalty to Werder Bremen as Mancini takes out Gruda. And it is the chance to make it 1-0. Yeah, it was a clear foul on Bahan Gruda. This is the big chance for Karim Adeyemi. Karim the Dream against his former club. Not the best taken penalty, but it's still going in. There was a little bit of room left for the icon to go full. But in the 42nd minute, nonetheless, Karim Adeyemi brings Werder Bremen 1-0 ahead. Great interception here early doors in the second half. This is Gruda. No, Stiller it is actually. With a great ball into Jamie Leveling, who makes it 2-0. 50 minutes in, Werder Bremen go 2 up and are about to crush Dortmund's hopes of a treble. What a ball here by Angelo Stiller. What a vision. And then to put this ball exactly where it needs to go. Not too far, not too short. Leveling with a nice control and puts it beyond the reach of Gregor Kobel. Great interception again. Rothe has really done well. I'm so proud to have him in the team. Here goes Karim Adeyemi now to seal it into Leveling. 3-0. Jamie Leveling with a brace, and we are 3-0 up. That's the biggest scoreline I think I've ever had in such a Champions League final so far. 3-0 after, at least in FC 25, after 55 something minutes. It is 3-0. Rothe now for Henrichs. Henrichs looking for Leveling. Once again trying to go forward. Such a lethal team going forward as well. On the counter, Gruda 4-0. A counter-attacking masterclass today, especially in the second half. 4-0, 72 minutes in. Werder on the brink of winning their first ever UEFA Champions League. Here go Dortmund again. This is Julian Brandt. Brandt going forward, trying to break into the penalty box. He doesn't succeed though, as we are once again clearing up the ball, then losing it out again. Against the likes of Victor Gyökeres, who still has the ball. Gyökeres trying to get past our big 2 defenders, and now the goalkeeper needs to make his first save, I think. At least of the second half. I think it's all game long. I've decided to switch out a few players. Werner comes in ahead of Henrichs. We have another player in Wedraogo coming in for Gruda, and even Burkhardt, as well as Ziegler. Burkhardt coming in for Ninma, and Ziegler coming in for Stiller, as they are once again risking to run into a counter-attack of our own. Adeyemi looking and finding Leveling. Leveling going for Wedraogo. Can we get the killer blow here as Adeyemi once again looking for Burkhardt, nearly the 5th. But I'm still very happy with how this unfolded, as now Dortmund get a chance to go forward with Lino up against Ziegler. still ourselves here. Bisek with an incredible challenge to nearly wrap it up. 1 minute of extra time. Werner taking it forward. This is offside, but it doesn't matter, as we've absolutely smashed Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League final. 4-0, making Werder Bremen not only the best club in Germany, but the best club in Europe. Absolutely dispatching this Schwarz-Gelbe team. 4-0 in Madrid. But lads, if you enjoyed this rebuild with Werder Bremen, then please, by all means, consider dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. It really helps the growth of my channel massively, and I'm absolutely thankful and grateful for you guys, for everyone, each and every one of you watching. For now, this is where we are wrapping up today's rebuild with Werder Bremen on top of Europe. Once again, a team we've rebuilt in style here. The Champions League trophy is there, also in style. Everything aligning as Bisek, the man we bought in like season 2 or 3, is lifting the Champions League trophy, the biggest one in Europe. It's been Rebuild Sombrero. We will see each other again in the next one. Have a wonderful rest to your day. I'm out.